Rook A2 of Alireza Firouzja in Norway Chess 2024 round Armageddon 9! Hello my fellow chessers. I'm gonna show to you, my fellow chessers, the chess game between Alireza Firouzja and Magnus Carlsen in Norway Chess 2024 round number 9. So let's begin on E4, E5, Knight F3, Knight C6, Bishop C4, Italian game. Bishop C5, D3, Knight F6, Bishop G5, H6, Bishop H4, D6, C3, A6, Knight B D2. This is Gyuko piano game, Gyuko pianismo variation. So let's continue the game. Bishop A7, castles kingside, Queen E7, B4. Bishop E6 attacking the bishop on C4. A4. Castles kingside. Bishop G5. Wow. G5. Knight takes G5 of Alireza Firouzja. Knight takes G5 mistake of Magnus Carlsen. The best continuation on this position is H takes G5. So let's continue the game. Knight takes G5 mistake or X. Knight takes E6 of Alireza Firouzja. Good move of Alireza Firouzja. Queen takes H4. E takes D5. F takes E6. G3 attacking the queen on H4. Queen H3. D takes C6, B takes C6, Queen E2, good move. Rook F5, King B1, King H1, Rook A F8, F3, Rook G5, Queen G2, Queen F5 attacking the pawn on D3, Rook A D1, H5 of Magnus Carlsen. Why? Why Magnus Carlsen didn't take the pawn on D3? Because we have simply Knight E4 attacking the rook on G5 at the same time attacking the queen on D3, my fellow chessers. So let's continue the game. That's why Magnus Carlsen didn't take the pawn on D3. H5, Knight B3, H4, G4, good move of Alireza Firouzja. Queen H7, Queen E2, H3, D4, E takes D4, C takes D4, E5, Knight A5 attacking the pawn on C6, my fellow chessers. Bishop takes D4, Knight takes C6, Queen F7, attacking the pawn on F3. So let's continue the game. Rook C1, Rook G6, Queen takes A6, Rook F6, attacking the pawn on F3. Queen E2, Rook takes F3 mistake of Magnus Carlsen. The best continuation on this position is Bishop B2. So let's continue the game. Rook takes F3. Rook takes F3 mistake of Alireza Firouzja. The best continuation on this position is Knight E7, sacrificing the knight. An example, Queen takes E7, we have Rook takes F3, and then Rook takes F3, and then Queen takes F3. As you can see, the pawn in this side, and then at the same time the rook and the versus bishop of Magnus Carlsen, my fellow chessers. So let's continue the game. On rook takes f3, rook takes f3, queen takes f3, queen takes f3, queen takes f3, knight takes g4, it takes g4, rook a1, mistake of Alireza Firouzja. The best continuation on this position is king g1, my fellow chessers. So that's the best continuation. So let's continue the game. Rook a1, mistake of Alireza Firouzja. Rook b3, mistake of Magnus Carlsen. The best continuation on this position is d3, my fellow chessers. Ooh. So let's continue the game. Rook b3, a5, rook b4, a6, rook b8, a7, rook a1, rook a8, king g1, c5, king f2, king f7, king e2, c4, a5, rook a5, d3, king d2, king g6, king c3, g5. Rook a2, mistake of Alireza Firouzja. The best continuation on this position is king b4. So let's continue the game. Rook a2, king g5. After king g5 of Magnus Carlsen, Alireza Firouzja resigned the game. Why? Because if you continue the game, rook a5, and at the same time, this round is Armageddon, my fellow chessers. The Armageddon is white must win situation, my fellow chessers. That's why Alireza Firouzja moved the rook a2 to take the risk, my fellow chessers. And then after king g5, Alireza Firouzja resigned the game. If we continue the game, rook a5, my fellow chessers, we have king takes g4, rook takes g5, and then rook takes a7. As you can see, my fellow chessers, the advantage of Magnus Carlsen in pawn on c4 and the pawn on d3.